The summer transfer window is now open and Premier League teams will be looking to make new additions in order to bolster their squads ahead of the new Premier League season. I'm joined by IB Times sports reporter Tony Mogan, and looking at Manchester City, now last season it was a rather lacklustre campaign and some pretty uninspiring signings as well. It didn't really perform, but there's one big name that they've been linked with this summer, and that is Raheem Sterling.
That's right, yeah. City have already seen 2 bids rejected by Liverpool for Raheem Sterling. Liverpool, despite the relationship between the player and the club deteriorating over the past few months, they still believe they can get 50 million for him. Given City's history of paying out large fees for players, there's no reason to suggest they won't pay that. Just as important as signing a player of Sterling's calibre on the pitch, in terms of adding a bit more pace, a bit more invention to City's midfield and attack, the fact that he counts as a homegrown player is just as pertinent. In the past few months, we've seen Frank Lampard, James Milner, Scott Sinclair, Micah Richards and Derek Boyata all leave the club. Now, these were all players that didn't really have much of a future at City, but they all qualified as homegrown. Now, at the moment, City's only quote of homegrown players is Gael Clichy and Joe Hart, and whoever they may choose to promote next season, that's not going to fit in with the Premier League's plan. So signing Sterling addresses that, but it also brings a lot to what they can bring forward in their title challenge next season. Away from Sterling, City have previously been slightly hamstrung by financial fair play, but it looks like they'll have a bit more room to manoeuvre this summer, and with that brings the possibility of players like Paul Pogba and Kevin De Bruyne. These are players who are going to fetch fees of in excess of £50 million. City will feel, though, that they can compete with everyone else for his signature. Whether or not Manchester is an enticing a location as Barcelona or Madrid, probably not. But should City show that initiative that we saw in 2011, which built that base of the team, which won 2 Premier League titles, then they can be up there to challenge for him. Kevin De Bruyne now is in the same ballpark, another player who's coming off the back of an absolutely amazing season in Germany. Wolfsburg would appear determined to keep hold of him, having only had him for the past 18 months. But City will again once be asked to, rediscover that transfer muscle that's cost them the past couple of summers. There hasn't been anyone who's come in and raised any eyebrows in the past 3 seasons. Wilfried Bony obviously last January did bolster their hopes, and I think he will fare a lot better next season. But I think they do need a marquee name, such as we saw with Chelsea and Manchester United last season, to breathe a bit more hope into their title challenge ahead of the new campaign.
Well, for all our coverage of the summer transfer window, go to our website, ibtimes.co.uk.